Welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio, a place where dreams take flight, with authentic storytelling, diverse perspectives and meaningful conversations, where global stories unite and bridges are built beyond all borders. Discover world-class education, entertainment, hope and inspiration. Together, we're building bridges worldwide. Subscribe to our channel, USA Global TV. Download our app, USA Global TV. Be our guest or join our team. Visit usaglobaltv.com. Thanks to our founder and executive producer, Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Music score by Yeffy Tang from Cloud Road Music. Voiceover artist Mike Porter. Creative direction by Paul Garcia. USA Global TV and Radio. Your home for global connection. All rights reserved. This video and its contents are the exclusive property of USA Global TV and Radio. Unauthorized use, duplication or redistribution in any form is strictly prohibited.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio, where today's show is Authentic Achievements, and it's my very great delight to be joined by someone whose story doesn't just inspire you, it stays with you. He's gone from experiencing homelessness, incarceration, years battling addiction, to transforming his life and becoming an award-winning leadership coach, a 2-time Forbes feature, and the founder of Next Level Coaching. He shared stages with icons like Les Brown, Jack Granfield, and has an incredible documentary called Reinventing Freedom. And now he's shaping the future of coaching by combining AI innovation with real human connection. But above all that, he's someone who leads with heart, resilience, and purpose. So without further ado, here is Robert J. Moore.
Wow, how you doing?
I'm good, my lovely. I'm good. How are you?
No sense complaining. For one, nobody wants to listen. For the second, I wouldn't be accepting if I was complaining.
Well, that's true. It is always around perspective, isn't it? I think, sometimes you kind of look at it and go, I've often used this one on the show. People say glass is either half empty or it's half full. It's like it's a glass, fill it back up. I
usually tell people when they ask me, usually when I tell people in the store or something, I joke around so much. They'll say, how you doing today? I'll say, I'm intoxicated off my own exuberance and robustity, which means high on life.
I love that. So, Robert, you've had such an amazing journey, and I know we've chatted before, but for the people listening and watching, could you perhaps bring to life what's got you here?
Well, I'll give it a short synopsis here. I was addicted. At the age 13, I started getting addicted. Drugs never came to 21. The booze was when I was young. It was like OV. It was a short, stubby bottles. It was about 50 at the same time. So I drank both of them. I couldn't figure out why my dad was always happy while drinking. So I went downstairs. I was always miserable. Something was always inside me, irking me. So what happened was I went downstairs and I grabbed a bottle of OV and I guzzled it down. And it was a stubby. So, it wasn't much in it. But I let this great big belch out and it made me feel like a weird feeling. Like I can express myself or something, It was like, wow, this is like a cover-up or something. It just made me feel really good. But my dad shortly figured out what was going on when I started falling up the stairs. So when I started falling up the stairs, he figured out what was going on. But I never seen the vision of them having a bad time. So the persona of them having beers every weekend and my dad hanging around the type of people he was hanging around with, I never seen fights or anything like that. So I thought it was a good thing. So as I got going, I hung around with a lot of wrong people. Of wrong people. They might not have been the wrong people at the time. I wouldn't change my life for the world, I'll be honest with you. But what really changed me around when I was 18 years old, my wife died in my hands giving birth, primary unblind and epileptic seizure, which my son today is still fine. He's actually a police officer. If you ever watch my documentary, he wanted to be a gangster before until I told him, let's go in the backyard, see who's a gangster. Whoever gets out of that backyard is the gangster. And he says, you're going to beat the shit out of your own son? I said, look, I'm going to do whatever it takes for you not to be a gangster. And it turned out later on, he wanted to be a police officer, and his dream was always to pull me over. I said, here's my license plate. Go to it. What he doesn't know is that license plate, my wife always drives the car down that area. I never do. So he'll be pulling her over.
Let's hope he's not watching this.
he won't watch this. He works too much. He's a proud father today of a boy and a girl, 4 and 2. So my 7-year-old is an uncle right now.
Wow, I love that.
So I mean, it's really nice to have my son call me. I mean, he's having a hard time. I mean, the 2 parents that raised him, one is already deceased because I was such an alcoholic. I mean, I was bad. Yeah. I drank till age 31. Everything and anything. I lived on the street 7 years. I was in that jail 17 years, right from attempted murder, armed robberies to you name it. I had 41 assault charges. I did a lot of time for things that I got caught for, but let's not talk about the things I did get caught for. We'll just leave it that way. So in my documentary, I have my son in there, my best friend of 50 some odd years. I actually have my old probation officer, a police officer that knew my record inside and out. And today, basically, I just passed in September, 20 years clean sober.
Amazing. You should be so proud of that because that's.
I live for the day now. I look back at things. I mean, even being in Forbes up here, Guinness World Record, and all the things I've been in, it doesn't really faze me because I'm a goal achiever. I just reach for the next goal, bigger and bigger and bigger. You know, it's just like I sat for a month. I mean, I've been building AI and everything for a year because I've been certified for 2. And I just said, okay, well, what can I do? I'm watching people. So I'm watching people, how they build things. And I'm thinking there's multimillionaires become multimillionaires because of AI, but they're doing it at such a low level. I want to be 3 years to 5 years in advance in order to make sure it doesn't go away. And that's my biggest thing. So anything I build is in the 2030 style. You know what I mean? So that's one of the biggest things I do now. And I work with AI to get the ideas, get this stuff going through, and I actually build agents to actually build me agents. Figure that one out. I built an agent, structured an agent to actually build an agent.
Yeah.
For instance, I'm releasing next week. I should be releasing next week. Well, actually, I'll talk the first one. Next Level AI Team is already out. It's been accepted on Deal Fuel. They accepted it. And Delify's already accepted it. My website, Next Level AI Team, it's already up for sale there. And what that does is that people go in there and there's 7 prompts. There's 7 different AIs in there. They walk you through the process. Don't matter what level you are in business. You can it walks you right through everything, the structure, the foundation, and everything. It helps you build that up, even marketing, even how to get things out there more, email lists, this and that. You'd be amazed what it does. You know, that's my actual, it's my actual site there. That's the Next Level Coaching one I have. But if you actually go to the, if you put on the side of that and you put the / and put hub in there, you'll see all the things I have.
Wow.
So, yeah. It's amazing. Go / and hub at the very end of nextlevelcoaching.com.
Well, they just look so now for us. I mean, that's amazing that actually what you've done, it seems like kind of throughout, is look at what you can learn and then adapt. Because it's quite a shift, isn't it? To go from, homelessness and incarceration to helping people.
Yeah, this is what I built. This is my hub. This is my hub. So if you press any of them, they're actually go to that. So this one, that's the one that's released right now. This one, the AI team. Yep. Will it go in there or will it go to another one? Because sometimes they go off the screen, right? So you can just fly through that. I'll walk you through that. There you go.
Perfect.
And then if you scroll down, it'll say how it works. Everything's there. So there's your different parts that you're using for the AI. It also has a landing page builder at the end that you can actually download, upload to your own website, and continue using it and it'll be connected to your stuff.
Wow.
And if you go down, you'll see what users are saying. And I have some beautiful testimonials down there, even videos.
Amazing.
That's the president there of Satish Verma, a good friend of mine. He's the president of the CEO of Think and Grow Rich. A lot of people know him. Marianne's one of my students from years ago. I've been working with her for maybe 6 years now. She's come a long ways. And then another one of my students right now in Slovakia, another one in Washington. So, I mean, it's been nothing but a pleasure to work with these people and move forward with these. So that one's actually out there for sale right now. It's amazing. You just, the next one I got coming out is going to be blowing people's minds.
Okay.
It's not noticeable on site yet, but it's almost there because it's 300 agents, 300 AI agents I'm building in one website.
Yeah.
What it does is person goes in there, they sign in, they pay the money up front. I think I'm going to be doing $97 for like 100 agents to begin with, and they're going to be split up to what I'm going to be talking about. And then they have the upgrade. You can do the full upgrade for like $447, but that $100 will count for that $447, right? So you're not paying the extra. So it calculates it. Here's what I got going in it. I got 100 script writing material for anything you could think of. So if you want the newsletter, LinkedIn, you want to do this, Facebook, that, Messenger, this, that, there's 100 of them in there. Next, you got 180 automation. The automation will do your email, do your newsletters, it'll do your response on Facebook, your response on this, response on that. 180 responses, automations that you just set up. All you do is when you sign up, you do your ongoing. Ongoing means is what you're putting in your information. Put in your information of, like, so in case your viewers don't know, your business, your title, your email, and all that stuff. One of the things I want to mention is I put an agent in there that when you put your API in there, it gets encrypted. Nobody can get that. Your password, nobody can get that. Not even me as a developer, I can't even get that because I encrypt it so nobody can actually steal it. Plus, I have an extra layer, 20 guardians. They're called agents, AI agents for security, repair, service protection. There's 20 of them going in there that each person comes on in their account that's going to be attached to every one of theirs. So they could turn off the ones they don't want to use. They could use the ones they want. They don't have to use all 300. And I could also implement a lot more in the future. But right now we're going to stick with 300. I think that's a very comfortable price coming in at $97. And, it's going to be released next week. And there's some big names. It's going to be on platforms with some big names.
Amazing. And I love that. Actually, it's been really thought out to kind of take away some of those stresses and challenges. One of the things we all know is the world is ever evolving, ever fast paced, and we can get overwhelmed in trying to do the thing that actually, I have this with clients all the time. It's like, why are you doing that? Is that you at your best? Is that where you really bring the special sauce? Or is it just that it needs to be done? And actually through automation, through our AI, through implementing that technology, you can actually take away the distraction, can't you? And focus on where you actually add the most value.
Very true. Very true. Now, I don't know if you know this yet, but I've just finished writing a book too. This, believe it or not, when I say writing a book, everybody says, "Oh, we wrote a book." Well, what you don't know is I'm an ex-publisher. I've done over 500 some odd books. But the book that I'm talking about is right here. You probably can't see it, but
AI 5 years ahead.
AI 5 years ahead, but how entrepreneurs build the future before everyone else wakes up. Robert J. Moore, 2 times Forbes featured business award-winning Guinness World Record. That's actually coming up, but I'm actually talking to big publishers about that one.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's such great news. And I think it's really about trying to take that lived experience, isn't it? And share that lived experience with other people to hopefully help them to achieve their goals. So what's next for you?
Here's the thing, though. People don't realize they have a story that means something. I don't care if it was boring to you, that you think it's going to be boring to others. It's your story.
Yeah.
I use my story. Yeah, I've been in jail 17 years and in that jail working with, the wrong people, bikers, mafia, and all them people, but it's not holding me down. I've lost 3 brothers due to drugs and alcohol. I was a drug and alcohol counselor for 12 years. I was a therapist for 15 years. I couldn't save my brothers. My brother Tom died 2001, drugs and alcohol. My brother Reagan died 2015, drugs and alcohol. My brother Kevin died 2021, drugs and alcohol. I couldn't save them, so I can't save the world. What I did was I got all my education. Now, when I got clean and sober, I got addicted to education, doing things. Social service worker diploma, my addictions degree, my BA in psychology, my master's in counseling psychology, my harm reduction, mental health crisis, 2 honorary doctorate degrees. But does that make me any smarter than anybody out there? No, it does not. They're not on the wall for one reason. I want to utilize those to figure out why I was being the person I was being. So I learned all that psychology, learned all the stuff I need to do in order to find out why I was being the asshole. I mean, why was I being the one that everybody wanted to be away from? They cross the road when they see me, or they didn't want to talk to me, or they didn't want nothing to do with me. I had to find out deeply how to figure that out. And it was a hard lesson because I had to strip my emotions through another counselor, strip my emotions and rebuild them one by one in a proper manner. So when I did the 12 steps in AA, NA, and then all the other ones I did too, but the AA one, when it came to step 4, well, first, actually, I did 1, 2, and 3. I went to my very first meeting. You're going to love this. I went to my first meeting, and this guy's looking at me. I'm talking to him day in, day out, and he says, so listen, he says, who's your sponsor? And I said, what the hell do you mean? What's a sponsor? I only got 3 or 4 days in Alcoholics Anonymous. And I'm going to tell you the reason why they call it Alcoholics Anonymous is it's not because of the fact that they want to be anonymous. It's because the people that go there and they brag about, oh, it don't work, I went back drinking. Well, they didn't do the work, first of all, in order to stay. If they did the work, they wouldn't stay. They wouldn't be drinking. Because first of all, when people came to me and they said, listen, I want to work with you. I want to help my drug and alcohol problem. I'd say, okay, well, just don't use the day of. They said, what do you mean? Everybody else tells me not to drink. I said, I don't give a shit if you drink or you don't. That's not the issue. The issue is the core of the matter. Let's get to the core of the matter and you won't have to cover it up later. That's where I like to deal with things. I don't like to bandage things. I like to get right to the core. Just like the business right now with these AIs. Let's get to the core of the issue, what people are dealing with all these years. Bring it on. They don't have to bandage things up. They don't have to pretend. They can actually go and do their things. I used to work 120 hours a week. 120 hours a week I used to work. No time for my family. I live and work at home. I hardly ever see the family though. Now I don't have to work that long. I could actually go out of my way and work, 30, 40 hours a week. And I'm good because AI does the rest. They collect the money, do payouts, they scan everything. They do this, they do that. I don't have to do it. I have it built, structured for me.
It's so true, isn't it? Very, very often the challenge is we have to go in. We spend so much of our time looking outward for the answer for like what's going to be the thing that changes, what's going to be the bit that moves. But until we take the journey inward, until we go and look at all of the things that have gone on in our world and understand the part we played and take responsibility for that, nothing really changes, does it? But that journey isn't an easy one. So how do people get started?
You have to want it. You have to want it. I mean, you can't just sit there and look at something like, it's like me with martial arts. I mean, as you see, I'm obviously in martial arts and doing my things, right? I only got doing that. I'm 53 years old and I started. And the reason why I started that is because I get tired of being unhealthy. I want to be here for the future for my children. I want to be here for the future for my wife. I mean, I'm the main source of income coming in, but if I burn out, if I sit there and do things the wrong way, I'm not going to be here for them, aren't I? I built this beautiful office that I'm in. It's soundproof. It's got heated air conditioning. It's got everything in it, heated floors. But I'll tell you something right now, that's no good without me in it. I mean, I got all the things I need in here. For this side here is all business and all my trophies and all that over here. And this side's my workout session with a TV up against the wall where I could watch and learn more as I go. I was always taught being on, like, when you have an ego, it puts you aside of everybody else. So you're edging God out. That's what I feel ego stands for me. It may not stand there for you, whatever it may be. It's just, you're hyping yourself. Oh, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. Well, where's that get you? You're the only one giving yourself credibility. Let others give you the credibility. For instance, I went on stage. I was asked to speak on stage one time. I said, yeah, no problem. I didn't know the other two people were going to be there. This blew my mind. So Les Brown got up on stage and I said, I didn't even know he was going to be here. I didn't know much about what was going on. I just asked to speak. Yeah, no problem. Let's go. So Les Brown was there. So I got up after him. And I felt that a bit intimidating because here's Les Brown, top speaker in the world. And then next thing you know, when I got off, I only spoke for like 5 or 7 minutes, enough time just to go up there, do my speech and get off. That's all the guy would give me. But it was a beautiful spot because the next person was Bob Proctor. Bob Proctor gets up after me and he says, he goes, I don't like getting up on a speech. He goes, that was a very short speech, but he says, I'll tell you something. It was the most powerful one I know. I don't like getting up on stage with people that are that good. He says, how do I follow that? I'm thinking that guy just gave me some icon recovery.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The guy just put me in a position where, wow. So it just led from there. And then Tony Robbins, this person, that person. I mean, you name it, E.T. I've been on stage with almost all of them.
I love it. And I think we can't we? We can get ourselves held back in that doubt, in that inner child that we've not gone and found and listened to and healed and told them that they're safe, that holds us down and says, why me? Instead of why not me? Why can't we change?
Well, there's
that?
a difference there. That's a catch-22 situation. When people say, why not me? It's when they're jealous about someone else achieving something. And they're sitting there saying, why not me? Why can't I do that? Right. Or they could sit there and say, why not me? As in, like, what? Oh man, I'm getting all the glory now. Why not me? Like, I'm proud of myself. Yeah. For instance, I'll tell you something right now. Here's the number one killer that people have in their life is self-reflection of themselves. They get tossed around with the images of what other people are doing. They forget that their value is with them, their passion and the structure and the foundation is with them. Here's the thing. When you're looking at something, for instance, me putting out my program not long ago, all right, it was very intimidating because now when you're putting out a program, it's fine. It's great to build. You feel really good. You feel achieving and everything else. But guess what? Now you're putting it out to the world where people are going to see it and critiquing you. Now they're going to give you the positive feedback that you've been looking for. Well, I've already did that for 6 months anyways. I asked as many people as I could, take it for free, check it out. Let me know, what can I build better? What can I do this? What can I do that? So I did that. And I learned a critique over the years because I never was good at that. When someone said something, oh yeah, well, you need to do this. I don't really like it because of this or that. I take that as an advantage now to build it even stronger. I used to go up and I want to smack them upside the head and say, what are you talking about? I used to be like a very violent person when it came down to it. That's why I had all those charges and the people I was hanging with. And that's why I drank, because I wanted to cover up who I was. I didn't like me. So now when I sit there and push the stuff out there and I get the critiquing and I get people sitting there saying, well, they don't like it because of this, or they love it because of this. Well, this is feedback. It's like restaurants when you go on Yelp, I guess. You know what I mean? I guess they can call Yelp or something. They do all the feedback. If they're on there giving you feedback, utilize that. Make it better so they don't talk like that. You can't just look at one comment and sit there and say, okay, this is what's happening. Wait till you get about 10 comments with the same part and then say, okay, well, this really needs to be looked at because 10 people are saying the same thing and they're all over the world. So I got clients all over the world. You know what I mean? Like that's the one. I got Slovakia, I got Washington, I got New York, I got, all over the place. And it's fun to have people all over the world. But see, when you build a program like this, it's self-contained. I don't have to ever touch it. I got AI do it all. If they do refunds, they do it all. If they ever want to talk to me, they go through their support email. That's different. That's when they talk to me human-like. But otherwise, you know what? It's scary getting out there. It's scary putting your emotions out there. But I'm going to tell you guys, it's sweeter on the other side. Learn how to do it.
Yes. It's so true. Once we fight that fear, and I think it's not about not having the fear; it's about having the fear of doing it anyway. Because
it's not fear of the future; it's fear of the unknown, basically, right? People are fearing that they're going to not achieve. People are fearing that people are going to criticize them. Get over it. You've been criticized all your life, and you know it. And you know what? If you actually think how many times people actually think of you in one day, it wouldn't bother you much, would it?
Well, no, because most people are busy worrying about what everyone's thinking about them. And I think it's, for me, one of my greatest holdbacks until I went and did the inner work was that actually all the things that I was saying were the things that would hold me back, that I assumed other people were going to say, was actually just me saying it.
Self-sabotaging, eh?
That's it.
I've been there. I can relate to that 100 times over. I still do it to this day at times. I'm not perfect. I'm not Jesus Christ. I mean, I find him perfect because he died for our sins, right? And he still makes sense too.
But I think it is. It's that part that goes, I have this conversation often. It's like, well, so-and-so will say this and so-and-so will say that. I go, if you ask them, because I tell myself that all the time. When I'm giving myself this little internal dialogue that somebody's going to do such and such, I'm like, go and ask them. Because what's the worst that can happen? I asked them and they tell me what I thought they were going to say. Well, at least I was on the money. But more likely, when I asked them, they've either not thought about it at all, or they've got a totally different opinion of what I've said, because it was my self-sabotaging talk, which, you know, once you understand it and you can start to spot it for yourself, you catch yourself in it. You catch yourself in that. Really.
I tell people, you want to learn something quick, I'll teach you a little something quick. You want to know how the world lives without you and nobody recognizes you? Go to a town two stories, like two cities over. Go to any mall. Don't say nothing to anybody. Just sit down in the food court or wherever you want to sit down. Don't say anything. Just watch around. Everybody will bypass you. Everybody won't say nothing. Not one person will say hello. They don't know you. They're afraid to say hi. You know, just sit there and watch. I've learned, because of my counseling and coaching and everything else that I've done in my life and become who I become, I'm a watcher now. I watch how people do things. So if I go to an event, say there's 50 people or 1,000 people, don't matter how many there is. What I'll do is, if people know I'm the speaker, they'll come up and, I wouldn't say really suck up to you, but they want to really get to know you a bit. But they put a different persona on in front of you as they will be in their friends over here. So what I do is I watch them, because I don't know when I'm going to speak. I don't write nothing down. I don't know I'm going to speak until I'm up on that stage and I look around that crowd. Then I know how to implement that into my life and put it out. Okay, this is what I need to talk about, because that section over there is, you know, struggling with this, this, and this. And I've seen these people are stressing out because of identity issues. You know what I mean? Like, some people don't know where they want to fit in. They don't know if they want to be a coach or a swim teacher. They don't know. They don't have a clue. I mean, you can tell by looking at them, because when they come to me, they're talking to me. For instance, I had this one guy come up to me and he gives me his business card. He goes, I love what you said on stage, man. It really resonated with me. He goes, I really would love to talk to you some more. I said, that's perfect. I said, sure. I said, do you have a business card? On that business card, he says, I'm the only one that read this, by the way. Everybody else stuck in their pocket and went away. I looked at and it said, I said, what do you do for a living? It says here, you're looking for an opportunity. You don't have a job. You're looking for an opportunity. He goes, that's right. He goes, I don't know what to do. I'm lost. He goes, I'm $200,000 in debt right now. We're losing our house. We have a child on the way. I said, listen, let's go for a coffee. We did. We left the whole event and everything. We went for a coffee. The guy that was running the event shook his head and says, oh, you're stealing all my people. And I said, jealousy will get you nowhere. There's a million other people out there. This guy needs help now, not tomorrow. You know what I mean? So it goes from there. And I'm talking to him. Well, he couldn't afford me after 6 months. He just couldn't afford me. And I was doing as low as I could. But I was trying to help him out, give him advice. Well, 2 years later, the guy gets a hold of me on Facebook. He says, I really want to thank you for the time. He says, I don't know what it is, but several things you said resonate towards me. He says, I'm living it right now. He says, I actually paid that $200,000 off. He says, I've been working for Bob Proctor for a year now. And he says, the guy's taught me so much, put me in a better position. He goes, but yeah. Sorry, that's somebody calling. I got to turn the phone off. So he said, hey, there's an entrepreneur moment.
Well, that's one of the joys of calling my show Authentic Achievements. It is life as it authentically is, which doesn't always go to plan, does it? It doesn't always sit quietly and calmly in those spaces. And I love that.
I mean, in the last 2 weeks, I've had some interesting stuff. My son's been not particularly participating well in school because he's had some behavioral issues because of sensory issues. His eyes, all through the summertime, he forgot to wear his eyeglasses and he broke them 3-4 times. I glued them together because I didn't want to go get his eyes tested again. And it's just expensive, man. I mean, it's like $500 for 2 pairs. I mean, and you're breaking them. So I figured I wanted to teach him a lesson. What's teaching me the lesson that I should have got to it, because first of all, when your eyes are straining like that, it causes a sensory problem. The sensory problem is a frustration, right? That frustration has to come out sometime, and it came out with anger. So he started breaking things. He broke all the converters in the house. He started smashing things. You get him on the phone, he gets angry at the things that happen on Roblox, and it's like, okay, we need to switch this around. Then he's being kicked out of school for the day, been asked to take home because he's throwing chairs and people scaring people. So then my wife has been going through a problem with her gallbladder issues and in and out of the hospital like crazy. And then my daughter, she's having problems with her car and everything. Dad, can you help me with this? Dad, can you help me with this? And I'm trying to work, get everything done. And then I got to put in like 120 hours a week at the time. in order to make things happen from my side, in order for it to be, I can work 40 hours. So it's been fun. Plus, I've been trying to fit in martial arts and things so I can calm down, be myself, and not get overwhelmed with things. I mean, I'm only human though. I do get frustrated. I do get overwhelmed. But one thing I do want to say to anybody out there, if you ever want to work with me, I'm the type of person that says it as it is. I don't give a shit about your emotions. I don't give a shit about your emotions because why? I'm there for your business. I care about your business more than your emotions. If I care about your business that much, imagine how much I could do for you. I give so much away for free, but when we actually structure it down and work with each other, man, I tell you, I get right in there on your foundation. I look at your whole, everything that you got, find out where the hole is, find out how you can build it bigger, find out how you can go even stronger. I put you on podcasts. I work with you until you're satisfied. It may not be a long term. Some people I've worked with for years. Some people still hang on to me. Some people I get in for. Some people I don't. It depends on the structure of your business, depends on what you're doing, depends on how far you want to go. And I mean, it's amazing how some people say they want financial stability. Well, what does that mean to you? Because I'll tell you what it means to me. It means something totally different. So when I'm financially free, stability is one thing, free is another. The free part, I'm going to tell you, it's financially free is when all the bills are paid, I don't have to worry that month. I'm free of the bills. I'm free of all the mortgages, everything else I got to pay, and I'm broke. But I'm happy. All the bills are paid. All the fridge is full. The kids are fed. Everything. That means financially free. When you're sitting there saying the other one, now you got more money, you can travel at the same time as financially free on top of that. So if you want to build that, you got to put the time in. You got to put the structure in there. You got to build the right foundation for that place. When COVID hit, I put an extra zero on the end of mine. People kept saying they didn't have money, but why did I get the extra zero at the end if they didn't have money? Because I'm giving people the solution to their problem and allowing them to see results. That's why.
That's so true, because actually that's what people want. They're not really interested in you. They're interested in whether or not you can solve what they want solving.
I've worked with people, man, that they're just totally so emotional. But me being someone that was a therapist for a long time, I walked them through the process. Now, I can read people physiology. I mean, just like looking at yourself, I can see physiology of the face expressions, the tone, and the way you're structured, the way you're sitting in that. You can read how person is comfortable. You can read how person is uncomfortable at the same time. So basically, if they're getting uncomfortable, they're starting to block. They're starting to block them. So in psychology, I'll ask that question a whole different way, but I'll get the same answer because I'll make them feel more comfortable. So I'll bring myself down to their level. Hypothetically, you're a mechanic. Now we're talking parts of a car and how they relate in order to bring you to my level.
Yeah. No, I love that, because it is that whole part of people just want a solution, and they want to feel seen and heard. But that comes at two levels, doesn't it? Because initially they want to feel seen and heard, but if they've not gone and done the work to understand what they really want to do, what does success look like for them?
Yeah.
Because we've got a society around us that tells us what success looks like, but actually, how many people get there? I've got lots of clients that are successful on paper, but they don't feel fulfilled. They don't feel like they are living the life
success
they want
for that
to live.
person. There's a difference. I used to look at success as a goal achieving moment, and some of them were the smallest things ever. People look at success all differently. I used to look at it because I was I would say a train wreck. I can easily say that. I was a train wreck. Everything I did was just awful. You know what I mean? Because I was such an alcoholic. I didn't know how to live in society without taking a shot of whiskey or booze or whatever. I didn't know a beer, I call it wobbly pops, whatever. So when I learned how to live without that and learned how to think without that, it didn't become such a structure that I had to have the booze in order to be somebody else. I could actually physically be me, but I would joke around a lot at the time because I noticed I was doing that to cover up the real feeling of me. So when I did that to cover up the feeling of me, I said, listen, I got to do something more than this. So I got more education this way, more education that way. And anything I learned in school, all the essays and everything I did were structured around things I did in my life. About homelessness, I had to do one for social work. I had to do one for homelessness. The guy in the front row looked at me. I didn't argue with him. I just let him have his own opinion. I mean, opinions are like, everybody has one, right? So here, he was one of those like class clowns. They had to say something about everything. So I just let it be. No big deal. You're going to get on your own. So he talks about someone being homeless. It's their own fault. Okay, well, let's explore that a bit. And we did. When we explored it, he couldn't answer it fully. He couldn't put himself out there. And I never once said that I was homeless. I just talked about homelessness as a topic. You know what I mean? The structure and everything about it. He never knew anything about me. Never. I never put it out there. I just talked about topics that were related to me, but nobody knew they were related to me. So I learned myself. I learned how to deal with things that way. Plus, I was seeing every 2 weeks. I was seeing this when I was in university and that, and I was seeing the counselor there every 2 weeks because I was getting overwhelmed. You know, it was a new thing for me. So I did that for years, and I felt out. You're not too weak to ask for help. And another thing is, you're too big to dream small. So stop it.
It's so true. I think it is. It's having that. Yeah, it's having that courage, isn't it, to ask for help, or to say, I don't know how to do this, or can you show me a way?
It's hard. It's hard. Even for me at times, I'll sit there and say, listen, I had to get a plumber in here the other day. I mean, yeah, I could do it. Do I have the time to do it? No, but I also want to have it done structurally right. I mean, I don't know if I'm doing it right. I just do it. It's like heated floors. All my heated floors, I mean, I literally did myself. I've never done it before. It worked out well, but you're playing with water here too at the same time. If you don't have the plumbing right, I got 2 sinks that weren't working properly. I have a toilet upstairs that when I bought the house, they didn't do things on a proper motion. Let's put it that way. They put the wrong flange in there, and they put the thing in there. It was a bigger one. They put it in a smaller hole. Now they have to drill the whole thing out, replace the whole system part of it. I said, look, I'd rather just hire you guys to get it done. You're the professional. I said, I don't go to you for coaching. He goes, I wouldn't know nothing about that. And I said, well, this is what I'm trying to tell you. I mean, at first he was looking at me like, what, you can't do this yourself? You're the one that's got the trade, not me. You're younger. And then other people, I notice other people look at the age of themselves and say, well, I'm 19, 20 years old. And here I am teaching you guys that are 50, 70 years old. Like, that's a wrong attitude to have. Don't put yourself in a position like that. And another thing is, don't sit there and be the smartest person in the room. You're not going to get anywhere that way. You're not going to keep learning. You know, like don't go to advice from your friends that they're unqualified. Don't get unqualified information from unqualified people. You can't get qualified that way. You have to go to the qualified people. Go to the people you know are making it happen. They're living that. I can't go to a plumber and ask, hey, listen, how do you do coaching? How do you do this? How do you do that in coaching? How do you build a business? I can't go to my wife and talk about business. She doesn't understand it. She'll just tell you, well, listen, just make money and go with that. Well, how do you make the money? How do you get there? I talk about the passion. I don't focus on the money. I focus on the passion. If you put your passion first, and you make sure your structure and your foundation are working really well, and you have a solution to people's problems, you are going to make money. It's going to come with you, and people are going to see that passion. People are going to see the hype in you. People are going to see the energy. People are going to know, hey, this is the person I want to work with.
It's so true, because that's what we buy into, isn't it? We buy into whether or not we feel that person is actually going to be the solution. They are going to be able to.
Yeah, but the one thing is, I notice a lot though, people sit there and say, "Oh, I'm giving you $500 and it's only an hour." Well, you're not paying by the hour. You're actually not. You're paying for my time. You're not paying by the hour. If it's an hour, it's an hour. If it's 10 hours, it's 10 hours. That's what I'm charging you.
Yeah. Well, it's the experience. It's for the years of experience that you're diluting into that, isn't it? It's the concentration of that. Robert, I can't believe how quick the time has come, and I'm conscious there is a show on straight after this one. So with 20 seconds to go, how do people get in touch with you, and who do you help?
Robert J. Moore, Next Level Coaching. You see my website there, Next Level Coaching, Inc.com, or you can go on Facebook, LinkedIn, you name it. You go all over the place. You just look for me, Robert J. Moore. You can't miss me. And you really can't be. I've been in Forbes. I've been in Guinness World Records. I'm not saying that to brag, but I've been on a lot of TV shows. a lot of different places. I'm actually quite well known all the way, even the UK. People out there know me as usual, and people out in Florida. I'm a Canadian boy. I'm wearing shorts and a t-shirt basically all year round because I know I'm okay with it. Even though I shovel snow, 4 feet of snow, sometimes shorts and t-shirt, it gets a little nippy. Minus 40 at times. But you know what? Here's the thing. I'm okay with it. No matter where you live. If I didn't like it, I'd move. It's like your business. If you don't like what's going on with your business, do something about it. Don't sit there and don't sit there and say, it'll go away, it'll go away. The hell with the procrastination, get it over with. Get on with it.
I love it. Robert, it has been a joy, as it always is. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing.
It's an honor.
You now. I look forward to our next conversation. And for everybody listening and watching, I hope you found today's episode to be as insightful and inspiring as I did. And until next time, take care.
Which of these 5 statements sounds mostly like you? 1. I often wake up in the middle of the night worrying about my future. 2. I'm angry or resentful towards a specific person. 3. I have anxious, obsessive, compulsive thoughts throughout the day. 4. I have an addiction like smoking, drinking, shopping, sugar, or social media. And 5, I feel that I'm wasting away my life. Hello, I'm Dr. Alkistis Agio, and for over 25 years, I've been coaching and training people from all over the world to transform their fears, insecurities, anxiety, and anger into mental and emotional freedom. I'm confident that my simple 3-step method based on Greek philosophy can help you to transform into the joyful, confident, free human being that you deserve to be. I want to invite you to join my weekly online coaching group to finally get the results that you want. Look, you've tried it alone so far and you've had some okay results, but let's face it, you're still feeling stuck right now, spinning your wheels. Einstein said that insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Now, unless you realize this as a fact, that you are a prisoner of your own mind, you can't move forward. I'm here to support you, as well as the whole community that we are co-creating. Stop feeling stuck. Stop feeling depressed. You don't have to do it alone, and alone isn't working anyway. Sign up today, and I'll meet you on the inside of our amazing weekly group call. I guarantee that you'll make progress from the very first session.
Nestled in the heart of the Blue Ridge Mountains, the Horseshoe Farm has always been more than a destination. It's a living, breathing reflection of community, connection, and transformation. Once a humble family farmstead, it has evolved over the years to become a sanctuary for travelers, seekers, families, and friends alike. Originally reimagined by the Turchin family as an Airbnb property, the farm began its journey into hospitality with simple roots, welcoming guests to experience the beauty and peace of the sacred land. As word spread and the vision deepened, the property organically blossomed into a boutique resort, rooted in the values of slow living, intentional experiences, and the magic of gathering. Today, the Horseshoe Farm is a 90-acre experiential retreat that merges hospitality, wellness, and culinary excellence. It is home to the Stable Spa, the Silo Cookhouse, distinctive lodging options, and a curated calendar of events that nourish mind, body, and spirit. Our guest experience is designed to be both grounding and expansive, where the comforts of luxury meet with the simplicity of nature. At its core, the Horseshoe Farm is about transformation of land, of self, and of community. We are proud of where we've come from. We are confident in who we are today and excited for the road ahead. Hello, I'm Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck, also known as the Listening Mentor and President and Founder of USA Global TV and Radio. I had the opportunity, the pleasure of attending a retreat at the Horseshoe Farm just recently. I was so impressed with all of the opportunities that were presented to me in this glorious setting, as well as the highest level of customer service, that I've decided to put together a retreat at the Horseshoe Farm in Hendersonville, North Carolina, United States of America, June 3rd through the 6th, 2026. You can expect to have a beautiful time of relaxation combined with learning, community, collaboration. Do consider joining me in this wonderful opportunity to reconnect with yourself, with others, and with nature. For more information, email me at drjacqueline@usaglobaltv.com.
Every woman carries a story of strength, of purpose, of light. Through her courage, the world is transformed. Through her grace, generations are inspired. This is Iconic Women. Within Every Woman Lives a Goddess, a celebration of brilliance, beauty, and empowerment. Join us every Wednesday at 11 a.m. New York, 4 p.m. London time, only here on USA, Global TVR, and Radio. Featuring the iconic Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck, honoring voices that shine across the world. Subscribe to our YouTube channels, USA Global TV and Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck, to watch and engage with all our content. World-class education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration.
USA Global TV and Radio proudly presents Tracy Cram Perkins, a dementia caregiving survivor teaching how to balance care with peace of mind. #1 resource for dementia caregivers. It's the book Dementia Home Care: How to Prepare Before, During, and After. Over 17,000 copies sold of this must-have guide. And now a testimonial from Tracy Smith.
If I was to describe this book to someone who is going through a similar situation, I would underscore how important it is to have some sort of a tool or a guidebook to help you through certain stages. And there's so many, it's such an unknown topic to the average person. And to have this as a reference is essential. It's going to help you get through it personally, as well as help your loved one manage.
To learn more, go to tracycramperkins.com. Tracy Cram Perkins is an award-winning author. She's also the host of Dementia Home Care television show. Watch it here on USA Global TV and Radio.
Is it true? Is it kind? Is it necessary? In a world quick to judge, one book dares to reveal the hidden cost of silence. Discover holy but harmful, The Silent Sin of Judgment, How Hidden Judgments Destroy Relationships and Damage Lives by Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. The Amazon #1 bestseller that's transforming the way we understand ourselves and the way we see others. Pick up the companion workbook to uncover your own hidden judgments and learn how to break free from them. Available now on Amazon and at fine bookstores worldwide.
Thank you, viewers and listeners of USA Global TV and Radio, for joining us today. We're honoured to have your time and attention as part of our global community. At USA Global TV and Radio, we believe in the power of authentic conversations, meaningful connections, and creating a world of possibilities together. Want to be part of something bigger? Join our team of elevated listeners at usaglobaltv.com, a space where your voice matters and your ability to listen transforms relationships. Stay connected with us across all our platforms for thought-provoking discussions, expert insights, and empowering stories. Subscribe to our channels at youtube.com/c/USA-Global-TV. Follow us on social media and explore the endless opportunities we're creating for growth, learning, and inspiration. Together, we're not just broadcasting, we're building bridges and changing lives one conversation at a time. For inquiries, contact us at info@usaglobaltv.com. Music by Johnny Dyes. Produced by Executive Producer and Director Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Voiceover by Mike Porter. Creative Direction by Paul Garcia. All rights reserved. Copyright 2025. Visit usaglobaltv.com to view our full terms and conditions.